Good morning, St Stephen's. It's Tuesday, the 9th of February today, and it's Safer Internet Day. Mrs. Edwards here to talk to you about what today entails. The theme this year is An Internet We Trust, exploring reliability in the online world. So we are talking about the importance of questioning the information that we find and deciding whether we can trust the sources that we find online and their reliability. And it's really important that we do this whenever we are using the internet. So hopefully today you will learn some new tools to support you to use the internet in the best way that works for you. So Safer Internet Day is an opportunity for us to celebrate everything that's great about being online, all of the amazing things that the online opportunities give us, and to consider making sure that we are using that in the best way and the safest way for us. Have a little think about the sorts of things that you like to do when you go online. And I know this is a little odd because you're at home and tuning into this video, but have a little think, and when I give you an option, put your hands up or give somebody else a wave at home to say yes, I do that. So do you like to play games online? Do you like to chat with your friends? Now more than ever, it's so important to use the platforms that we have available to us to connect with our friends and family. Do you like to use video calling with your friends and family? Do you like to learn new things? Is the internet your go-to option when you have a question or a piece of work to complete and you're not really sure where to start? Do you like using the internet to listen to music? It's amazing that we have access to any songs that we would like to listen to, generally with the tap of a few buttons. And do you like logging in and watching videos online? Okay, I'm sure that your hands would have gone up for at least some of those options, as we generally all do enjoy using the online opportunities that we have made available to us. So today is Safer Internet Day. It's a day that's celebrated across the globe in over 170 countries, with thousands of children joining in across the UK. And we really hope that you will enjoy joining in today. There is a live lesson available for you from 11 a.m. with accompanying activities, and your teachers will be setting you activities for the day as well. As always, keep us posted, keep us informed, let us know what you've been up to and how you've been celebrating Safer Internet Day. And we look forward to hearing from you. So it's our day to celebrate all of the great things about being online, but also to remind ourselves about how we can stay safe when we're doing that. Have a great day, everyone. I'm going to pass you on now to Mr. Jarvis, who's going to explain the next thing that we're thinking about.
Thank you, Mrs. Edwards. Mr. Jarvis here. This year for Safer Internet Day, we're looking at trust online. So the first thing we're going to have to do is work out what we mean by trust. And I'd like you to discuss that at home. You could talk to someone in your house about it, or you could reflect by yourself. What is trust? I'd like you to pause the video, reflect on it, and then tell the screen what you think trust means. You could then unpause the presentation and we'll go through that together. Excellent, thank you for sharing your ideas with us. Trust is when we have a strong belief that someone or something is honest and tells the truth. For example, you'd probably trust something that your teacher is telling you, or something that your parents are telling you. You might believe what you would read on a reliable source like the BBC website. We need to think about whether we can trust everything that we see online. Now, give me a thumbs up if you think that everything that you see online is trustworthy, something that you could trust and believe. Right, I see a lot of thumbs down, which is great. Because although there's a lot of excellent information outside online that is useful and trustworthy, it's important to remember that there's also a lot of information online that is not so trustworthy and may even have been put there on purpose to try and confuse or persuade us. For example, we've heard a lot about fake news being spread, or we see misleading photoshopped images of celebrities. We're going to have a chance to play a game now called Trust It or Check It. And we're going to show you something that you might see online, and you're going to think about whether you would trust it or not trust it, and would then check it with an adult. And we'll be asking for your thoughts on each example. Now, Mr. Chamberlain will be taking you through the first example of that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jarvis. Mr. Chamberlain here. Now, we've got a little conversation on the screen between two players in a game. Now, the conversation from King Cody says, "Hey, nice win in the last match. Fancy trading for the purple ice blast? I saw you had two." "Thanks, yeah. What you got to trade?" "I've got a super rare star crystal. Send me the ice blast first so I know I can trust you, and I'll send it after." Now, if you saw this trade in an online game, would you trust it or check it out? This looks like someone is trying to make an unofficial trade. Agreeing on a trade should always be done using the official trading system in the game. And this will make sure that it's safe and trustworthy. It'll make sure that you feel the trade is fair before accepting. Now, I don't like the sound of King Cody 439. I don't think he's going to hand over the super rare star crystal once he's got his ice blast. I think he's probably going to take them both and run away. So, how would seeing something like this make you feel? Have a little think. Would you be happy about it? Happy to proceed? Curious? Confused? Shocked? Angry or worried? How would you feel over this little conversation? Okay. Now, if you saw this advert online, would you trust it or would you check it? Let's have a little look. Click to play now. Invade planets. Build empires. Rule the stars. ... Oh, I mean, it certainly looks interesting. I like invading planet. I love building empires. I'd really like to rule the stars. But hold on. It's got the little ad up there first. So hang on. Would I trust it or would I check it? I'm not sure. So it can be tricky to tell an online advert to see if it's trustworthy or not. It's always best to check them out if you're not sure. And to do this, what you need to do is on a separate page online, you just look it up. You just type in the website and you look it up. Or you can speak to an adult if you don't trust whether it's real or not. But how would seeing this advert make you feel? Would you be happy to click on it? Curious maybe? Confused, shocked, angry or worried? I don't know. How would you feel? Okay, chain messages. I've received lots of these in my time. So if you saw this chain message online, would you trust it or would you check it? So the message says, "Today is Friday the 13th. Skullface, skullface. Unlucky for some. Let's turn it into a good day. Send this message to 5 friends to get good luck all weekend. Don't ignore it or you'll be cursed with bad luck for 10 years. Don't break the chain." And that doesn't sound like a very nice message, really. And it can be worrying to receive a chain message. It's important to know that these aren't true. However, if you are worried by what you've read or what you've seen, it's always good to talk to an adult that you trust. It's best not to share these on, as it might cause more people to worry. They're a bunch of rubbish, really. So how would receiving this make you feel? Would you feel... What's happened there? Would you feel happy? Curious? Confused? Shocked? Angry? Or worried? And I'm going to pass you on to Mrs. Chatfield now, so I'll hand you over to her now.
Thank you, Mr. Chamberlain. Okay, I'd like you to look at this headline and think about, if you saw it, would you trust it or check it? This example looks like it could be a joke. People usually share jokes to make people laugh, they tend to be exaggerated, or they can be sarcastic, which means saying one thing but meaning the opposite. You might even be trying to make fun of something or someone. It's really important to read past the headline and look at who it is written by. How do you think something like this would make you feel? If you saw this competition online, would you trust it or check it? It can be really tempting to enter competitions online, and sometimes they are genuine. You can win some great prizes. It can also be helpful to think, though, that if something seems too good to be true online, it probably isn't true. This might be an example of phishing. It's probably trying to collect personal information such as usernames and emails to gain access to people's accounts. So be careful about sharing personal information online and always try to check with an adult before entering any competitions. How would seeing something like this make you feel? If you saw this video online, would you trust it or check it? Remember that just like photos, videos can be edited too. You might not be given all the correct information. In this example, it says, first time trick shot. This probably isn't true, and more than likely, it took a lot more time and effort. How would seeing something like this make you feel? Over to you, Mr. May.
Thank you, Mrs. Chatfield. Now, I've got a scenario here that I want you to consider. So have a little read of this message that's currently displayed on the screen. I'll read it to you as well. And I want you to be thinking, should we trust it or check it? Can't believe we've been playing together for a whole year. No way, feels like I've known you forever. We should meet up in person sometime to celebrate. Now, if you've got someone at home that you can talk to and discuss this issue with, then do so now. And I want you to think, should we trust it or check it? So hopefully, all sorts of alarm bells were going off in your head when you read this message. It's absolutely crucial that you never, ever meet a stranger who's online and asks you to meet up in person. Even though, and this is what's a little bit strange about this example, they may not feel like a stranger to you because you've been playing with them online for, in this example, for nearly a year. But because you have not met them in person, you do not know who they are. And they are still strangers, and you must never ever meet a stranger who you are speaking to online. We don't want to share any personal information with that stranger or share any pictures or videos. And it's really important that if you get a message like this, that you should seek support from a trusted adult. Okay. How do you think it would make you feel receiving that message as well? That's important to consider. And it may make you feel more than one of these emotions, but hopefully you should have some, as I said earlier, some alarm bells ringing. You should feel a little bit worried, a little bit concerned, and make sure you're reporting that to your trusted adult. Right, you've done a fantastic job in the trust it or check it game. Well done. Now, what should you do if we see something and we're not sure if we can trust it or online? What should we do? Now, hopefully, you've given the answer, you've shouted the answer to your screen that you should definitely check with a trusted adult and make sure that they offer you support and advice. Now we've got another little game to play here. Internet detectives. Okay, so I want you to think of yourself as an internet detective, a little bit like the legendary Sherlock Holmes, and I want you to actively try and find out more. It's really important to question things online. Don't take anything for granted or at face value. Ask yourself, what is it trying to get me to do? And most importantly, I want you to ask yourself, what is the risk involved? So you could ask an adult or look to another website or app. There is a good number to check and they're all available for you. Or you could also go old school and use a book. There's nothing wrong with that. Being an internet detective will help you to become more aware and make sensible decisions on whether something is trustworthy online. But remember, just like in the game we played today, we also need to think about how what we see online makes us feel. Now I'm going to pass you over to the lovely Mr. Ball.
Thank you, Mr. May. So as you can see in front of you on the presentation, there's different emotions or feelings such as upset, scared, curious, angry, worried, or even confused. Now, I want you in a second to pause the video and I want you to have a little think or even you chat to someone who may be at home with you about what you should do when you're online and you see something that makes you feel one of these emotions, okay? And what maybe you can do or who you should speak to. So have a little think now or go and chat to someone. And if you pause the video now, go and do that, okay? Okay. So when something happens online that makes you feel maybe scared or even worried, what you should do is talk to an adult for help and support. And as you can see, there's some really good examples here. You could be speaking to one of your parents, your mum, your dad, even a teacher, a TA, even your grandparents. All of these people would be really good to talk to. Make sure you're chatting to a trusted adult who can help you. This could be anyone from school or at home. But also, in line with the assembly today, remember that there is a lot of information when you go online. Some true, some not. Now use the advice that we've given you to help make good choices and decisions to make sure you're keeping yourself safe and others while online, okay? Right, Miss Milstead is now going to cover the next section.
Thanks, Mr. Ball. It is important we talk to adults and we're always reinforcing this in school. This is Mrs. Milstead, and I'd finally like to say that for Safer Internet Day, we are launching a competition. There is a chance for someone in our school to win an Amazon Fire 7 tablet. It's an amazing gadget. You'll be able to read books on it, you'll be able to go online. And to enter the competition, you simply need to come up with a poster about the internet and how you stay safe online and enter it by Monday the 22nd of February. You can enter it on Class Dojo, so you can submit it online, or you could post it into our school. Either way, we don't mind. You've got plenty of time to do this poster. If you want any more information about it, please contact me back in school. I hope that you all enjoy the activities that teachers have arranged for Safer Internet Day, and whilst many of you are at home, stay safe and stay well. Take care, St Stephen's.